Okay, so Johan, your time that you've had here,
Yep.
what's been sort of the main focus? Why have you been here at the Goatshed?
This time we just looked at how the lathe works, and we primarily make some sweet stuff. Because the bread is quite good.
Okay.
It's getting better and better.
So since your last visit, the quality that the bakers have been doing has still been up to scratch.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's great to hear.
The only thing you have to always remind bakers is that it has to take time.
Okay.
Every baker all around the world is gonna sometime cut corners.
Okay.
And that's my point. I'm gonna say no, you're not gonna cut any corners.
So you say you've been focusing more on the sweeter things, like
Yes.
like pastries, that sort of thing.
Yeah, we're gonna do some base that we can do a lot of different things on. So actually, we've been doing 4 different kinds of doughs, or more like batters, and then you can change during the season if you got nice berries or nice fruit. So that's primarily the things we've been focused on now.
Okay. Well, at the Goatshed, we like to think so anyway. We're quite well known for things like our batters and our baguettes and those sort of things. You've got some lovely baguettes that you've just taken out of the oven here. What makes a good bread? What would you say makes a good baguette?
A good baguette it has to take time. That's primarily stuff. And as I always say, we are in South Africa, so you should use South African flour.
Okay.
It's never going to be a French baguette because they use a different flour.
Okay.
So this baguette is always going to get a little bit more dense, not as open as the French baguette, but it's South African baguette. So that's my base when I always travel around, and you shouldn't import stuff if you're not really necessary.
So if can we break one of these?
Yeah, sure. So bread like this need a good crust. So it has to be really, you should hear it. And how to make that is actually that it's proving outside. And it's going to take like 2 to 3 hours to get it proved. So you're going to have quite thick crust on it. It's going to keep the moisture inside. And you're going to see some open crumbs, but not as much as a traditional French baguette.
Yeah, so it sounds, you can hear that the crust is nice and crisp, like you say.
And that's actually like caramelized in the oven. We baked it in the stone oven, in the deck oven, so the heat is much higher. And that's why it should be a little bit burned. Some people are afraid that the burn place, it's not that good for you, but the flavor is actually on the crust.
Okay.
So if you're going to bake bread and it's going to be really pale, no color, and it's not going to taste that much.
Okay.
So it's better to almost burn it on the ends. You're going to have nice flavor on it. Pick it apart, and I always try the inside. Because the crust is going to have more flavor, it's going to have the burnt flavor, all this stuff. But this is the flavor of the flour.
Okay.
So if you want to see if the bread is good, you try this first, and then you can try the crust.
Okay.
Because the crust is always going to have this different sweet stuff in it. Okay. So even if we don't use any sugar, it's going to get this nice color in it. And that's basically, it's proving a long time, and you bake it in high heat.